Hey everybody. What a morning. Hey you all, welcome in, welcome in. I am going to get started here very soon. Welcome in, welcome in. We're going to be talking about inflammation and gut health today. So we've been on the inflammation train all week, but it's something that a lot of people deal with. It's very common, unfortunately. Hey, Jerlene. And I want y'all to get better. I want y'all to not deal with all this inflammation because it's not normal. We normalize many things like this that should not be normalized. But we're going to start getting well, right? I'm like rushing because I had to get my voice down. I think I'm actually going to change my live time from 12 o'clock to 12:30 and start coming on at 12:30. I might start that next week because it's hard with the children. Hey, thanks for coming in. So yeah, Jolene, I've been talking about gut health all week long. I made it this week's topic of discussion because I get so many questions about gut health. So watch out for the tips that I have. Watch out for just more information to come. I'm going to kind of continue this series throughout next week, I think, because I have so many notes that I've taken and so much that I want to discuss in regards to inflammation. That's okay. So I understand, but if y'all don't mind, help me share it out with a few people, share it out with your friends. That helps. This is all about a community and continuing to grow and thrive together. So that's what we're doing, right? That's what we are doing. We are growing, we're thriving together. We're helping one another reach our goals. And that's just what it's about. So feel free to help me share this out with some friends. And we are going to get started here very, very soon. I'm sharing it out with a couple more folks that typically like to join in on these conversations. So if y'all don't mind to help me do that, help me tap it up, helps us get and stay on that FYP, and just helps us get more exposure, helps me get more exposure to all of the wonderful information that I believe that I'm sharing. Hey, Tony, welcome in. Hey, how are y'all doing? Hey, Z, welcome in. So yes, thank you for tuning in today. So yeah, y'all help me tap it up. Let me share it out. All those things are free. Feel free to get your daily heart me, as you see Shorty do. That's always really good. Thank you, Tony. That lets TikTok know that, you're a real person, first and foremost, and that you are engaging, that you are helping me to grow. Thanks for the roses. Feel free to send populars if you like. They are the same. They're like 1 cent. And they help push me to the FYP, and they help get more people into the room. It lets TikTok know that this is a popular live and that people need to be in this room. And they do, because I'm sharing good information. I'm helping them with their health. So yes, y'all know, if you know me, thank you for getting your daily. You know that I study naturopathic medicine. I'm a twin mom. Thank you so much for the little star. I think that star is so cute. I appreciate the mini star. Also let me know in the chat where you're tuning in from. If you're also a live host, when do you go live? I would love to come support. Hey, Miss Cassie, welcome in. Because that's what it's about. It's about engagement. It's about supporting one another. We all have the common goal, right, of growing on TikTok, right? And we want to get our message out. So I want to support you in any way that I can. Whenever I see some of my friends on here live, I try to hop in. I try to throw some support. You see those subby stickers, tap, tap, tap. Thank you, Shantae, for joining. Help me tap it up. It helps push me out. And of course, like I said, if there's any way that I can support you, I want to do that as well. So yes, we want to talk a little bit about the inflammation foundation, like the foundation. Thank you for getting your daily. The foundation of what inflammation is. So I focus on holistic practices. Hey, Tara. I focus on like the naturopathic perspective of things. So when you hear about naturopathic medicine, people don't really know what that means. So they're just like, hey, Dale, thanks for connecting with me. Hey, Tara, thanks for getting your daily. Thanks for the populars. Naturopathic medicine looks at the natural holistic perspective. So the natural route versus, the typical prescribed route, right? And we look at the holistic, the whole person point of view. So we look at your diet, how you're eating. Thanks for the mini star. We look at what you're consuming. We look at your sleep. Thank you. We look at, thank you. We look at the, your water intake. Are you drinking electrolytes? Maybe you need those. We look at the ingredients. We look at your the ingredients that you're consuming. Thanks for those stars. We look at the products that you're using on your skin. Thank you. Appreciate you all. We look at all of that because it all matters, right? We can't just look at it siloed. Thank you, Tony. Lighting me up with all these little stars. They're so cute. Hey, Mick. Welcome in. So yes, we look at all of those things because everything matters. All of those factors matter. As we've talked about so many times, what you consume or what you put on your skin is also part of the consumption equation. It is. People don't think about that because they think that, oh, if I'm just putting, and thank you for the star. Sorry, I'm clicking stuff, so I can't see all of my screen right now, but I appreciate it. Thanks for the GGs. Mick, yes, engage with Tony. She's awesome. People don't think about the lotions that they're putting on their bodies, the products that they're using in their hair, the makeup that they're putting on their face, whatever. I don't have any makeup on right now. I don't really wear it much unless I'm, going somewhere and I got to dress up. But if you do, it matters. The lip balm that you put on your lips, all of that matters. Congrats on reaching level 13, Tara. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you're tuning in from. I'm in Kentucky, so we're Eastern time zone. So it's afternoon here, typically lunch. So this is kind of like a lunch and learn that I do throughout the week. I was mentioning earlier, I think I'm going to change my time to 12:30 because I'm always rushing to get on here by 12 with the boys. It's kind of hard. So I think I'm going to change it to 12:30, but I will keep y'all in the loop if I decide to make that change. So yes, talking about inflammation, we're going to kind of go comprehensive. We're going to talk about some herbs that you can use to incorporate into your lifestyle. Of course, everything that I'm sharing is for educational purposes. I like to say that over and over again, just to remind you to do your own research, to consult with your doctor, get your blood work, determine what, works for you because everyone's body is different. Everybody's different. I can't tell you that if you do this, you're going to get these results. That's not guaranteed. Nothing's ever guaranteed. Hey, Shay, thanks for connecting with me. Feel free to join the Healthy Fam. You can tap that orange heart and join in with us. But yes, take everything that I'm teaching you with some weight, but take it to your doctor and see if it's compatible to your lifestyle, compatible to, everything that you got going on. I don't know what you got going on in your life. So yeah, inflammation is your body's natural response to injury or infection. As I mentioned yesterday, inflammation is not necessarily a horrible thing, but when you are constantly inflamed, thank you, constantly inflamed, you're constantly dealing with like puffiness, with the bloating, with tenderness in your joints, and in your limbs, and your muscles, that could be a sign of something else that's going on that's deeper, that's below the surface that we, aren't seeing, as take as face value, right? Inflammation, I heard once someone say that inflammation is the breeding ground of disease. And we don't want to be a pool where disease can just breed and can continue to fester and grow. We want to get that inflammation out of our system so that we can thrive and so that we can feel our best and live, our best lives, right? Thank you, Charlotte, for connecting with me. Thank you, Shantae. I see you all the tapping. I appreciate you. The gut and brain and immune system are all connected. We call it the gut, brain, immune axis. Hey, thank you for the mini star. I appreciate you, Tara. Check out Tara, y'all. She also does some engagement lives. She does where she shares tips. She has an amazing community that I'm glad to be a part of. As you can see, she's very supportive. So y'all check out her. My top two people in the room are Tara and Shorty. Feel free to check them out if you like. But Tara for sure is growing a community, and Shorty is also very supportive. So thank you all for the taps. I see them coming through. All right. I guess I'm kind of leveling up a little bit. I'm seeing some different things popping up on my screen. So I appreciate you all. Also, I like to say, don't forget to check my profile. Connect with me, of course, if we're not already friends on here. But check out my gift gallery. I have lots of people that have contributed that have filled me up, y'all. On Monday. So every week, if you didn't know this, your live host, their gift gallery resets. So when you send those gifts, it shows your support. Of course, you don't have to. Never feel pressure to ever send anybody anything, okay? But if you do, it supports us. It helps to monetize us in another way, and it helps to push our content out to more people. So when you do that, know that I can speak for myself, know that I appreciate it. And the people that are in my gift gallery, they stay there all week long. So check them out because there's some supportive people. There's some supportive folks. Hey, Felicia, welcome in. So yes, gut dysbiosis. So that is a infection where you see that "is" at the end. That means infection. That is an infection in the gut. And it is something that kind of makes itself worse and worse and worse. It makes itself worse and worse. And it can lead to neural inflammation. So one thing that I've touched on multiple times this week is when your gut is inflamed, most likely there's some type of inflammation in the brain, right? It's all linked, and then it's going to affect your immune system. So again, the body is very interconnected, right? If one system is affected, most likely it's touching on some other system. And for sure, the gut and brain work hand in hand. They actually call our gut our second brain because it's so smart, right? And it is informed by the microbiota, or the microbes that are in our microbiome, or in our intestines. So it's important to feed the good and kind of starve off the bad stuff, because we want our good gut bugs to increase in number, to increase in volume, and make us then healthier, and then also reap those great benefits of our immune system, strengthening our immune system, strengthening our brain capacity. It's crazy. I can't remember the stat, but we don't even use our full brain, y'all. Do you know that? You don't use 100% of your brain's capacity. We use, I want to say it's like 20% or something like that. It's a small number compared to 100%. So you want your brain to be able to operate optimally. So that's removing parasites if you have them. There's lots of different signs. I'm sure there's people here on TikTok that you can search and get information on that. And there's herbs that you can use that can also benefit you in that removal. It's pretty intense. Just a heads up if you decide to go down that route. But it could be something that you potentially need to do. If you're not consuming a good, healthy diet, if you are, hey, Dr. B, thank you for getting your daily. If you are not looking at the signs, I talk about that all the time. Knowing yourself, understanding what foods impact your gut health. Are you feeling lethargic? Are you feeling with like brain fog? Are you forgetful? Thank you so much for the cap. Appreciate it. Appreciate everything that's coming in, y'all. Thank you for the taps as well. I see them lighting up the screen. I wish TikTok would bring back those cute little hearts that they had. I don't know if y'all remember. Remember, Terry? They had those hearts that had like the crowns, and the little hearts looked different. They were like kind of 3D with orange. They were so cute, but it's cool. I love these hearts. Screen. Thank you all. Yeah, the taps are going up quickly. I appreciate it. So yes, inflammation markers can trigger many other markers within the body, within the bloodstream. It can also, chronic inflammation can lead to disease, as we talked about. Inflammation is the breeding ground of disease. We say that all the time. So if you're seeing any of these things, you're feeling some of these symptoms, consult your doctor. I talked to y'all yesterday and I said, go to your notes in your phone. Everybody's got smartphones now. Make notes of these different symptoms that you're having. Keep a log of them so that you can determine, and so that you can remember when you go to your doctor to ask these questions, so that, the necessary things that need to take place can take place. And inflammation can lead to potential tissue damage or different pathogens being activated. So it's very important to look at all factors and consider them and take the necessary precautions. So in naturopathic medicine, I try to look more at the root cause of the issue. So one might say I have eczema. Well, that's inflammation of the skin. And that could also, you'll hear people also that are into natural medicine talk about like sugar being in certain parts of the body. So like sugar in the ovaries being, ovarian or female hormone type issues, like your PCOS, different things. Or you'll hear about sugar in the like your limbs, whatever, or in the blood could be diabetic. It's different. There's different causes, of course. There's different root causes to that, which is why I always point back to going to your doctor. But a lot of things I think can be fixed based off lifestyle. Welcome in, Leanne. Can be at least initially addressed with lifestyle. Now, there might be something that might need to be prescribed in the future, but a lot of things, like when you think about type 2 diabetes, for example, or insulin resistance, is becoming more and more prevalent in our society. I think a lot of things, if people were to look at their lifestyle, look at, are they getting exercise, Are they consuming maybe enough protein? Maybe you're consuming way too many simple carbohydrates. One thing that you could potentially do, and again, talk to your doctor, because I like to say all this for educational reasons, right? Maybe you need to consume more protein with those carbohydrates. Maybe you need to switch to consuming more complex carbohydrates, like a sweet potato, like brown rice, like bulgur, like quinoa. These things are going to take longer for your body to break down, and they're not going to cause that immediate insulin spike, right? And coupled with protein, some good quality protein. Hey, Holy. Hey, Danica, welcome in. Those are going to help potentially, of course, because everybody's different, keep your blood sugar more balanced and more stable. So if you look at your lifestyle, are you active at all? Do you even exercise? Every single thing matters. It all matters, and it all plays a part, right? So I just like to try to remind y'all of those things, because we can take our health into our own hands, at least to some degree. You know, there's people that do it all right and something happens. You know, they don't make it. They get more sick. But nine times out of 10, if you're putting in the work, because it does require work, nothing's a quick fix. That's why I started Healthy Habit Talk. Yeah, okay, that's all right. If you are very active, it's the same. So that makes me think about, did y'all see the documentary or the show on Netflix? It was called Live to 100, where there were people groups, and I'm thinking about one in Hiroshima, I believe, in Korea. Hey, Heather, welcome in. These people were very, very active. Thanks for getting your daily. They were very active. I mean, these people were living to 100 plus. They're squatted all the way down. Like, you know, you see the little kids like in the deep squat. They're squatted down like that. And they're like 80, 90, 100 years old. And their knees aren't hurting them. Their back's not hurting them. Welcome in, Jermaine. Their back's not hurting them. You know, their joints aren't hurting them. They're eating good quality foods, right? They're eating those complex carbohydrates. Like they love sweet potato. They have a glass of wine from time to time. They're heart healthy. You know, their brain is very sharp. You know, they're taking herbs like the ginkgo biloba, which is good for your brain. And they're eating them. Thank you, Veronica, for connecting with me. And they're eating those herbs, and they're putting them in their salads, and they're eating lots of fresh in-season foods. Hey, Anna, welcome in. All of these things matter. You know, we talk about getting in your hour of exercise a day, you know, doing some resistance training. Welcome in, Sharina. Doing some cardio. That is great, but you can't just do that exercise and sit down for the rest of the day, right? These people are moving. They're for sure getting their 10,000 steps a day. They're moving throughout their day. They're being very active, and they're being intentional about being active. A lot of them take walks outside. Maybe your lifestyle doesn't really work for that. I know for me, with having toddler twins, I can't just get up and just go for a walk all the time, you know, and they're kind of in that stage where they don't necessarily want to sit in the stroller for many hours. Thank y'all for the shares. I see them. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You know, you have to do what fits your lifestyle. So if that means going on TikTok shops, shameless plug, in my showcase, I have a walking pad. That's great. You can do that. Oh, thank you so much, Danica. You can do the, Shorty's talking about she went on a 4-mile walk with her friend this morning. That's what you have to do. You have to fit it in. If it means standing up in between meetings, let's say you work from home, and walking around your kitchen, going up and down the stairs in between meetings, that's what you should do. Yes, I teach Zumba, but not everyone has a gym membership. There's stuff on YT that you can watch. There's online classes. There's people on here that do stuff. Train with Vitalina is actually one of my friends here on TikTok who she does some workouts. Yes, go on YT and you can do some free workouts. There's so much accessible to us and available to us right now, y'all. It's 2025. There's not really an excuse. You know, you just have to figure out where it fits in your lifestyle. Like, so for me, I've been practicing some new choreography and working on some choreography for my Zumba class. So after this live, I'm planning to spend 30 minutes to an hour working on that choreo. And that'll be my exercise for the day, because tomorrow I'm going to go hard and teach my class. Hey, Astrid, welcome in, Astrid. Appreciate you for getting your daily. So yeah, you have to just fit it in. Yes, you have to motivate yourself. Thank you, Dr. B. Motivation is fleeting. It's a feeling. It's fickle. We can't go based off that. You have to be self-motivated. You have to determine within yourself that I have these goals and I'm going to do them. And you start with small goals. That's where Healthy Habit Talk comes in. If you haven't heard about it, check it out. I started it on here. actually have a video that's kind of going viral right now. I think it's going to be my most viewed video pretty soon. And it talks about like blueberries and bananas and how you don't really want to ideally combine them. Hey, nurturing doula, welcome in. We got 2 doulas in the house. Holy But Human is also a doula. I've been squatting, bending, reaching while cleaning. Right, yes. That's another thing you can do. So in between, like you could even set an alarm, and every hour. Now this one might be intense a little bit, but every hour you could do, let's say 10 jumping jacks, 10 squats. And if you can do push-ups, even on your knees, that's fine. Thank you for the populars. 10 push-ups. And then you do that throughout the day, and that definitely adds up, okay? To the point where I'm sure after you do maybe 6 or 7 sets of that, you might struggle coming up from the push-up. Right. Yeah. And that's what you have to do. Oh, you're a physical therapist. Nice. Physical therapists are awesome. Check out Dr. B. So where are you located, Dr. B? Physical therapists are amazing because they're holistic. They look at the whole body and they see what's out of alignment. Sometimes you're having headaches, and it could be because you need an alignment. You have to think about that. So yeah, Florida. So yeah, check out Dr. B if you're in the Florida area and you need a physical therapist. That's awesome. Yeah, physical therapists are amazing. They look at the muscles, they look at they look at it all, and they know and they understand the connectivity of the body. Something that I preach all the time. It's not siloed. It's not all separated. It's all interconnected, whether you want it to be or not. It is. And I think the sooner people realize that, the better. Yes. Oh, yeah. Well, she specializes in oh, awesome. Yeah. People don't even realize that little kids need physical therapy as well. Absolutely. I have a friend that actually takes her son to a physical therapist, and he's seen so much benefit from it. So yeah, definitely consider that. Thank you for the populars. Thank you for the greeting hearts. I appreciate them. Those are so cute. Yeah. So our gut has 1 trillion microbes. 1 trillion, and you want to increase the good ones. So you can increase them by including some good prebiotic fibers or prebiotics to feed the probiotics. That's important. They work together. They work in harmony, and they keep one another thriving. They would increase your good gut bugs, as we like to say. D. John 47, thank you for connecting with me. Permaculture is life. Oh, awesome. Welcome in, everybody. I think he used to be called that dude. But thank you all so much for connecting and for, chatting it up and for tapping it up. I see it. We're at 15K. Thank y'all so much for the likes. Maybe including an anti-inflammatory diet could be beneficial to you. Yeah, so prebiotics and probiotics. So prebiotics, you can actually get them from your foods. There are also some herbs that have probiotics in them as well. But when you're looking at your probiotic, it might say on the front that it includes prebiotics and probiotics, because what happens is prebiotics are not digestible for us, but our probiotics can digest them. So it makes them happy, and it makes them healthier, and it makes the probiotic more effective. So for example, I believe burdock root is an herb that has prebiotics. Dandelion root also, I believe, is an herb that has prebiotics, and dandelion leaf. So maybe your local grocer has some dandelion leaf. You could incorporate it into your salad. They're considered a bitter, a digestive bitter. So basically, when you consume your dandelion leaf, your body breaks it down. You know the digestion process. It starts in the mouth with the saliva, and then it goes down into your intestines. And the prebiotic fiber. Hey, Lekka, welcome in. You got a new profile picture, I think. Welcome in. Thank you for getting your daily. Your probiotics are going to feed off of that, right? Let me stop that because I'll get all these requests to join. Hey, welcome in. It's been a minute. How you been doing? So yeah, an anti-inflammatory diet is also going to include your omega-3s. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, good. It's high in omega-3s because that has been said to help reduce inflammation. One thing that people have a lot of times too much of in their diet is omega-6s. We don't need to take more of that. We need omega-3s, potentially omega-7s and omega-9s. But so like your DHA, your EPA, your omega-3s, there's some great sources out there. I'm pretty sure I have some also linked in my showcase if y'all want to check them out. Some that I take personally that are great. That's going to help reduce that. We know about curcumin or turmeric. When you take turmeric, You typically want to include black pepper. Thank you all for the gifts and for the shares and everything, because it's going to make the turmeric more effective and more absorbable. Thank you so much for that mini star. I love those little stars. They're so cute. They come shooting in across the screen. Leafy greens are high in magnesium. They help to calm inflammation. That's something that they've been beneficial for as well. Let me take care of this real quick. Thank you all. And sugar and processed foods are pro-inflammatory. So if you're dealing with a lot of inflammation, the last thing you want to take more of is more sugar and processed foods, or hyper-processed foods, as we like to call them. Mac and cheese is good. So that makes me think about that thing that where people have on here on TikTok where they're like, here's my plate, mac and cheese, fried chicken, and it's like all healthy stuff, but they're pretending like that it's the unhealthy foods. Have y'all seen that? Yes. Well, mac and cheese, if you make it with good ingredients, now people will tell you gluten-free is healthy, and really it's not. That's something that I think has been greenwashed. If you have a gluten intolerance, it's going to be healthier for you. But if you can tolerate gluten in small doses, now I really think that we all, to some degree, potentially at least, have somewhat of a gluten intolerance. And that's because gluten has been so genetically modified over time. So if you can find like your einkorn flour and your einkorn wheat noodles, stuff like that, it's harder to find because it's not just all over the market. I've been able to get it at my local co-op. But if you could find something like that, or a heirloom wheat, maybe you even mill your own wheat, and then from there you make your own pastas, which gets into a whole nother thing. Those are going to be healthier. Let me get a sip of water real quick. And y'all, don't forget to drink your water. Drink your water, okay? About half of your body weight in water is what is typically recommended. Thank you for connecting with me, Salfra. Yeah, about half of your body weight is what is recommended in water. So you want to, for sure, drink your water because it's going to help with the processes in your body. Here's something that I didn't know until I was really studying anatomy and physiology in my first phase when I started school a long time ago. That if you don't drink enough water, you know, when people try to go get blood work and their veins are like, the doctor can't really get their veins. They can't find them, like they're too shriveled up. And that's because they're not drinking enough water to keep their body hydrated. So your body will actually pull water even from your blood if it needs to compensate for its other processes. So you don't want to do that. You want your blood to be nourished with enough water. You know, you want your kidneys to have enough water to do the flushing that they need to do, the filtering that they need to do. You don't want your skin to be all dry and crusty because you're not drinking enough water. You have to drink enough water. It helps with many processes throughout the body. So trust me, if you're an adult and you're saying, I don't like water, well, you might need to grow up. And drink some water and figure out a way that you can drink it. So maybe it needs to be ice cold for you. That's okay. Ice cold when you're consuming meals is not ideal because your body needs the warmth to process. So maybe a warm water, a warm tea, something like that with your meals is actually going to aid in your digestion. It's also going to help with that inflammation, right? Because sometimes when you're inflamed, you have more trouble digesting your food. So if you're drinking a warm tea or even a warm lemon water while you're eating, that's going to help you. But throughout the day, if you just need to get it down, drink some water with a straw, a cup with a straw. That might help you drink more water. Carrying your water around with you might drink more water. Yes, I have it to my dad. I know. And it does. People don't realize that if you're not drinking enough water, if you have to get blood work, make sure at least if you're going to the doctor and you need to get blood work, make sure at least 24 hours before you go, you're consuming more water than you normally do. Because people think, oh, I drink one bottle. That's enough. No, it's not. No, it is not. You need to be drinking half of your body weight in water. Okay. So I'll stop harping on the water now and get back to the topic. So fiber is also very beneficial to reducing inflammation because it actually binds to those toxins and it pulls them out. And it's going to increase the good gut flora. It's going to nourish that gut flora. Fiber also, for those people that are looking to potentially, work on their management of those LBs, potentially, okay, because nothing's guaranteed. Fiber has been said to keep you fuller longer, some more satiated longer, but it's also going to aid in digestion, which is going to help you in many, many areas as well. Bone broth is also beneficial to those that are dealing with inflammation because it is gelatinous and it includes collagen, and it's going to help repair like the lining of the gut. It's very, very beneficial. You can make your own bone broth at home. You don't have to buy bone broth in the store. Bone broth can get pretty costly, but it's super easy to make at home. If you're like roasting, let's say, an organic pasture-raised chicken, like a whole chicken, you can roast the chicken, you can pull the meat off of it, and you can keep that carcass, and you can actually submerge that in water with some celery, some carrots, a whole onion, garlic, some cloves of garlic, whatever you would like to include. Maybe you want some fresh herbs, some rosemary, some thyme. You could even add a little some good quality salt, like some, I love Redmond's real salt. You could add in some of that. You could add in some peppercorn. You could add in turmeric. You could add in ginger. It's endless. The possibilities are endless. Welcome in, Tony. And you can make your own bone broth. Just let it cook, ideally in a slow cooker, overnight or at least 12 hours. You should have a thick gel that forms on top, like that thick gelatinous, like fatty part. That's that collagen. And that is what is going to be beneficial to your gut. You from there can either sip on it like it's coffee, which some people do. I've never done that. You can add it into your rice when you cook it. You could make a soup or a stew, and you can add that bone broth in, and you're going to then consume it, and you're going to reap all of those benefits. Thank y'all so much for 20K tips. I appreciate you all so much. So yes, those are some of the things that you could do. Now, as far as herbs, let's get into all of my notes that I have here about herbs, because there are a lot of different herbs that are in the class of anti-inflammation. Now, I'm going to tell you some of their actions, their herbal actions, some of the key constituents or like properties of these herbs, like their traditional or clinical use, and in the various forms. So like there's teas. So there, of course, you can take herbs in many ways. People know about tea. They know about capsules. They know about poultices. Well, poultices are when you take the herb and you bruise it or you mash it down, or even pulverize it, like maybe in a blender or a food processor. Put it on a certain area. Let's say it's the hand. Let's say I'm dealing with some eczema here, and I want to put something on it to help with the inflammation. Let's say I'm using a turmeric paste. I don't know. And then I'm going to cover it with, let's say, I'm trying to think of like a thicker herb. Maybe some slippery elm or marshmallow root. I would cover it with that, and then I would wet it, and I would wrap it in a cloth, and it will just kind of be activated on that area, right? And you're going to reap the benefits from the herb absorbing into the skin, because our skin is actually considered to be our largest organ. We have the most skin all over our body, right? Then I will just let it sit, and it will be absorbed into the bloodstream and into that skin and treat that area. Or calendula flower would actually be a really good one for eczema. So yeah, let's say I did some turmeric and I cover it with calendula or marigold. Those are marigolds. Those are calendula flowers. Then it's going to be absorbed into that area. Thank you so much for the popular. Someone would mind to help share it out while she's doing that. Help me continue to tap it up. I appreciate it. I see the likes coming through. Thank you so much, Shorty, for those. So, of course, we know about turmeric. It's like one of the most popular anti-inflammatory herbs. And the active ingredient in the turmeric that helps with that inflammation reduction is curcumin. So sometimes you'll see on the market curcumin capsules. I think I even added some into my showcase that are good and clean without all the additives. That is really good. It's been said to help with joint pain, some autoimmune disorders, gut inflammation. You can absorb it better. Thank you for the shares, Leica. If you add piperine, which is, just regular old black pepper, because it's going to be those two together. As we talk about, some herbs work better in a couple or a trio because they make them more effective. So your turmeric with your black pepper is going to be great. Ginger, Zengiber officinalis, just your regular old ginger. You can get that at your grocery store, like your ginger root. It has gingerols and shagiols that help it be more effective. What are the eyes for, Leica? What are you talking about? And it absorption, or it's a powerful COX2 inhibitor, and it can be used in teas or capsules most effectively. Boswellia is another herb that has been said to help with reduction of inflammation. And the boswellic acids, that's the active compound that is helping with that inflammation. It's been said to help and be beneficial for those that have osteoarthritis or IBD. So IBD is the more intense version. Hey, Crystal, welcome in. The more intense version of IBS. Hey, thank you so much for coming in. Crystal is awesome, y'all. Feel free to check her out. She goes live, I think, every day, right? If not, it will be in her profile, but she does some engagement lives. Thank you so much for the support. And as you see, she's supporting me back. I support her and she comes in and supports me, and I really appreciate that. So thank you. White willow, that is the bark that we mentioned the other day that actually was the originator of aspirin. So if you didn't know, there's a lot of herbs. Yes, there's lots of herbs that started as herbs and then later became pharmaceuticals. So white willow bark, they took the salicylic acid that naturally comes from that herb or from that plant and created a synthetic version of salicylates and created aspirin. So maybe instead of taking aspirin, you could try white willow bark as an herb. You can take it as a tea. You can also take it as a capsule, but you want to avoid that in children because there is a contraindication there. It's not good for children, okay? But it's been said to help with pain, skeletal muscular inflammation. I know that it also helps with headaches. So there is a natural alternative for you there. Licorice root is also amazing. It has many constituents that are beneficial to inflammation reduction. But it's been said to help with gastritis, sore throat, and adrenal support. If you are very stressed, adrenal support is something that you definitely want. If y'all don't mind, help me continue tapping it up. Thank you. I see them coming through. If you would like to send some populars, that's more than welcome. They help continue to push me out to the FYP. So thank you all for the engagement on here. I see it all coming through. For long-term use, licorice root has been said, so it does have a contraindication to increase blood pressure. So if you are a person that already deals with elevated blood pressure, I don't know that licorice root is one that I would even touch because depending on your body chemistry, it could increase your BP, and you don't want that because that means your heart's going to be working harder, right? We don't want to do anything like that. So consult with your doctor if you are dealing with blood pressure issues for sure. Green tea has been so popular here on TikTok. It is full of antioxidants, especially matcha. You know, you got your matcha ladies, your Pilates and matcha girls on here that are making matcha actually, I think, even harder to access. Like, it's harder to find in the stores. Do you have a good resource to recommend? I think I have some things linked in my shop or my showcase if you want to check those out. But stay tuned because I'm going to have some resources for you that are going to be very affordable and accessible that explain these different herbs in depth and help you. Thank you so much for the populars, Dr. B. I appreciate it. So if someone wouldn't mind to help me share it out while she's sending these populars, all you have to do is press and hold down on my face, and then you can just go down the line and you can invite people in. If they don't come in, that's okay. But it lets TikTok know that this is a popular live. So if someone wouldn't mind share it out, that would be great. Thank you so much for all those populars, Dr. B. I appreciate you. So green tea, it has EGCG, epigalacticin, gallate, which is a constituent or property of that herb that is beneficial to inflammation reduction. It also has some benefits for your metabolic health, your cardiovascular health, and brain inflammation. Green tea is great. It's, again, antioxidant rich. You can have about 2 to 3 cups a day. Thank you for the shares. Look, she's sending populars and sharing. I appreciate it. 2 to 3 cups a day. If you are someone who's anemic, I would pause a little bit to teas in general, because sometimes if you're anemic, teas can decrease your iron. I know that used to be the case with me. So of course, consult with your doctor because you want to make sure you're absorbing these things and it's not affecting you negatively in other places, right? Thank y'all for the taps. Thank you so much for the shares, Lekka. I appreciate y'all. Holy basil, one of my favorite herbs, is actually an adaptogen. So adaptogenic herbs are herbs that adapt to your body chemistry, right? They give your body what it needs and they kind of modulate. So might be some more at sometimes, less at other times. It kind of depends. But holy basil, it has your salicylic acid and eugenol. Those are the constituents within that herb. Thank you for connecting with me, Zion. Yeah, let me pause here really quick. So if you haven't disconnected and heart me, here's what it means. If you tap my photo at the top corner and you then add me and connect with me, you are going to stay up to date. And then if you want to click the orange heart, if you like to, of course you don't have to, I call my fan club my healthy fam. Okay. Y'all are my healthy family, and you'll be a part of the club. And then I also have a Discord, y'all. So if y'all want to join my Discord, it's all linked up above. I believe if you tap the orange heart, there should be what looks like some little phones or like a Discord up there. You can click that and you can join in. It's absolutely free. I'm going to do some stuff for everybody in my healthy fam. I'm going to do some lives, some teaching and engagement lives, things like that. And then I also do some special stuff for my subscribers. I'm rolling out some more information. So if that's of interest to you, I do have a little subscriber goal. I just need one more to reach number 10. And I think it will unlock some new stickers. So if that's of interest to you, feel free to join me on this journey. I like to come on here Monday through Friday. Typically Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm on at noon. Thursdays, I'm on normally at 1:30. And I come on here and I share about holistic health practices, naturopathic medicine, herbalism, things in that field, and fitness, all the stuff. So if that's of interest to you, feel free to connect with me because I want to empower you to continue to take control of your health, right? Zaria, is it Zaria? Thank you so much for connecting with me. So yes, that's what we do. So back to it. Holy basil is an adaptogen, and it has been said to help support your cortisol regulation, which is a stress hormone. A lot of people talk about cortisol. They talk about cortisol phase where they're like puffy, their face might be more round than it usually is, and that's because of stress that you have on your body that you need to get off your body. So learning how to manage stress, maybe that's through exercise, maybe that is through taking adaptogens. Consult with your doctor because adaptogens sometimes do have different contraindications depending on what medication you might be on. So holy basil is great though for reducing stress-induced inflammation. So maybe that is also from exercise. Sometimes HIIT exercise can stress people more. Depends on your body. Depends on how your body processes cortisol. For me personally, I love a good HIIT exercise. I love higher impact exercise. But everybody's body doesn't tolerate that well. You might tolerate going for walks more. You might tolerate, when you wake up in the morning, having a protein-rich breakfast with your coffee or whatever, and then exercising. Especially women, we have to be careful because we have lots of different hormones that we're working with, right? And you have to make sure you're not stressing your body out and causing negative impacts on your hormones. Same thing with fasting. Intermittent fasting is just a way of eating, really. It's absolutely amazing, but it may not be right for every person. If you are a highly stress inflamed person, intermittent fasting most likely is not going to be the best thing for you because it's actually going to increase your cortisol hormone and it's going to negatively impact your progesterone, your estrogen, things like that. Y'all can hear that. When I'm up there making lots of noise. But yeah, it definitely matters and every person is different. Hey Tracy, welcome in. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for getting your daily heart me. I'll check out Tracy. He shares lots of good information. He goes live as well. Check out his page. He's part of the Healthy Fam, as you can see, part of our little collective that we have here. So check him out as well. Rosmarinum officinalis. We know about rosemary. So this is kind of getting into some of these herbs that you might have in your pantry. Thank you so much for the populars. Yeah, if y'all don't mind to help me share it out as you see these populars coming across. Hey, Miss Gregory, welcome in. Yeah, that helps push me to the FYP so that we can get more people in the room. Hey girl, how are you doing? I am doing great. Doing really good. Just sharing about inflammation. Thank you for all the shares. I see them coming in. I appreciate it. From the screen. I need to get another water break, y'all. Oh my gosh, I'm like extra thirsty today. So this is a reminder to get your water. Drink your water because you need to drink at least half of your body weight in ounces a day. Okay, so drink your water. And as a matter of fact, y'all, give me 1 second. Don't leave. Don't go anywhere. But I need to go over there and give me some lip balm because my sister, who's an esthetician, would get me if she saw me. If she saw me like not getting my lip balm, okay? I'll be right back. So don't leave. Don't leave. Oh my goodness. I'm coming right back. I need to be more prepared. I wasn't prepared today. I didn't have my lip balm next to me. I'm also going to turn on some music because it's like super quiet. And I like to have a little bit of noise in my background. Welcome in, mommy. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. What kind of music do y'all like? Put that in the chat. I would love to know. I am a music girly. I prefer Afro beats or like Caribbean music, something like that. But yeah, all of y'all connect. Continue to connect. I really want to start doing neo soul. Oh yes, that is always good. That's always a good option. And I think there's like a neo soul playlist that I probably have. Gospel. I love me some gospel too. I love gospel. I'm a singer. I sing. Oh, I love Moonchild. Yeah, I sing. So, and I'm a gospel singer. So I love me some gospel. Yes. I always say I'm going to come on here and sing, but I never do. I never do. Maybe one of these days I'll come on here and I'll sing. Yeah. Sing now? What? Well, I don't know what to sing. Let me think about a song and then I'll just randomly start singing. Right. And I know, and it's like one of those things where it's hard because I try to stay like in my niche, you know, of health and not just be like on here just posting all this random stuff. But there are times where I want to like post like singing content, but I'm like, that has nothing to do with what I talk about. The algorithm's gonna be like, what are you doing, girl? You're just all over the place. I love me some R&B as well. Yeah, let me see if I can find. So this is like a whole mix of stuff. Like, you know how they have on YT. Do you? Okay, I need to start posting them because I do sing. Yeah, but yeah, y'all connect. Cat's claw. Here's another herb where it is been said to help with autoimmunity and autoimmune inflammation. So, okay, I will. I'll start posting it whenever I just randomly get a song because that's how I am. Because I sing, I just get songs and sometimes it's just like a song that's in my spirit and that I just need to just share, that I just feel like might encourage somebody or something, and I do. So, yeah, whenever I get my next song, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go on there. Congrats on reaching level 14, and thank you so much for the cake. Yes. Oh, we don't want this. We don't want to hear all that cussing and stuff now. I can't be playing all that. It's the niche that keeps you in one corner. I know it's hard because I feel like I wish I could just make my niche me. Oh, thank you, Ms. Gregory, for the subby stickers. Look at you. I don't think that I knew that you subscribed to me. Thank you so much. Yeah, don't forget to join. I do have a Discord too. All these Discords, I know. All these. Discord, y'all. You don't have to be just a subscriber, but I'm going to be doing more subscriber-only content. And now that I think about it, now that I know some things you've asked about gastritis and different things, Miss Gregory, I'm going to make some extra videos about that, and I'll post them. So stay tuned for those. Yes. So cat's claw, like I said, it's been said to help with some autoimmune inflammation that might be related to certain diseases like RA, like lupus, whatever. Yes. And if you have certain questions, feel free to put them down below. I'm going to pin this up. It only stays up for 30 seconds, but feel free to type in your questions. It'll be directly sent to me, and then I will have those questions that I can pull from to answer, because I like when y'all ask me things and I can give you some specific information because it's just helpful to everyone, right? So cat's claw is also immunomodulating, but it's contraindicated in pregnancy, which means that if you're pregnant, you don't need to be taking cat's claw because it's not going to be good for you or the baby, right? So you want to keep that in mind. There's also devil's claw, another one that's been said to help with joint pain and back pain. It also has been said that compared to NSAIDs, it's been comparable to NSAIDs in chronic pain trials. So, but of course, everybody's different. Do your research, do your due diligence. You don't want to just take something and run with it. Ashwagandha, that is a root. It is a Chinese herb. It is so amazing. I actually take ashwagandha myself. It's beneficial for many things. It helps with chronic cortisol-induced inflammation. It's been said to help with that. It is an adaptogen, so it's modulating. It's one of those herbs that's going to give you what you need when you need it, right? It also supports your thyroid and stress response, and it has withanolinides. Sorry, I'm like tripping over how to pronounce it. That is the constituent or the property within ashwagandha that makes it effective. So it's so funny. I see people pronouncing that all different types of ways. But it's ashwagandha. What's the best way to take it? Well, ashwagandha, you want to take it in either a tincture form. Thanks for connecting with me, DF Wind Radio. Tincture form or in a capsule. And I think I have some in my showcase. Now, that's something that I'm going to do better about is adding some more of these supplements that have good ingredients in my showcase so that anytime you want them, you can just check out my showcase and you know that I picked something that's good. Because a lot of these showcases, either the capsule is weird, like almost plastic. Hey, Queen, welcome in, Oma. Or it is, it has all these synthetic fillers. There's lots of different ones out there. So what I always tell people, a couple keys when you are looking for a good supplement is you want one that has minimal ingredients. It has the ingredient. Oh, okay. So did you buy the powder just by itself? If you bought just the powder by itself, then you can actually buy like vegetable cellulose capsules on, the big A that comes in the brown box that we know about, They have, okay, so you have on there, or maybe even here on TikTok shops, someone might be selling capsules, but you just want like either the vegan or vegetarian cellulose capsules, or you can even buy like bovine colostrum, or not bovine collagen capsules. And then they have like the little fillers. There's like these little machines that you can fill. That's actually what I use for when I make my capsules for my business, but you can fill those in and then you can make your own capsules at home, or you can just take them by both sides and make them at home. But you can do that. I don't know that I would do a tea because it's going to be gross for one, and it's just going to be easier to absorb if you just take it. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I started yesterday retying them, but I got tired and I just stopped. So like my whole back is done, but like all up front, I need to retie. Yeah, just they'll keep going and they will continue to go. Mine were like up here when I first started, but then they drop and they just continue to grow. So they'll continue to grow. Just keep going. Yeah, you can totally do vegan capsules. I think that's what I make all of my capsules in. Yeah. Thank you so much for the stars. Oh, got your groceries. Good. Thank you so much, Queen Oma. Appreciate you. Y'all check out her as well. She shares awesome content. She does lots of lives. She does box lives where you can, join in on the box. You can get you some coins and everything. Hey, Bridget, welcome in. Thank you for joining. Yes, Bridget, I believe I'm pronouncing your name right. Thank you so much for the money gun. Thank you for the heart or for the star. I appreciate all these stars. Thank y'all for coming in. Yeah, I'm Victoria. But y'all check out Bridget as well. She is awesome. I came across her this morning, but I think we were already friends and I didn't even realize she went live, but she shares lots of amazing health information. She was talking earlier about okra water and making your own turmeric shots at home. 2 things that are totally doable. Thank you so much for the shares, Heather. I see them coming across. All of that stuff is so important, and it's doable. We can make these things at home. That's why I shared these. And thank you so much for the star, for the mini star. I think they're so cute. We can make a lot of these things at home, y'all. And we have a lot of these different things in our, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Yeah. We have these things in our pantry and we can use them. Yeah. Yes, we are. We are definitely kindred spirits. That's for sure. Thank you so much for the rose. I appreciate you. Yes. So ashwagandhas we were talking about. Thank you for the populars. Okra water is very beneficial for many reasons. It can help you, ladies, in your feminine health, all through your body, to be more lubricated and everything and hydrated. It has been said to also help with blood sugar regulation. Okra, that came from Africa, actually, if you didn't know that. Oh, good. Thank you so much, Queen Okra. You'll be an ocean, oh my God. It is so beneficial. Yeah, it is. It's so beneficial to the body. And the slime that it kind of gives off is very melanogenous, and it also, it just helps in many ways. Yeah. So definitely check that out. You can take 2 okra, clean them on the outside, of course, slice them, Put it in about 16 ounces of water. You can put it in a little mason jar if you like, and put it in your fridge overnight and consume it the next day. And I saw her like crunching on the okra. If you can tolerate okra like that, then you can go ahead and crunch on the okra. But for me, I don't know if I can do that. But we don't always, you kind of have to get also out of the mindset of consuming something just for the taste. Not to say that good, healthy food doesn't taste well, because it does. My food be tasting good, okay? I season up my food. I use my herbs and my spices and everything, on everything. We put that stuff on everything. But, we have to sometimes get out of the mindset of I'm only going to eat food that tastes hyper good, that's super good, all of that. We have to get out of that and eat foods for the health benefits, right? So that's one of those things that she's mentioning. Blood sugar stability, constipation. And what I always like to say, everything that we say is for educational purposes. We know that. I know it's true, okay? But everybody's body is different. So I can't tell you to eat this or that and it's going to 100% work for you. I don't know that. I don't know your life. I don't know your body. I don't know none of that. Okay. I don't know if you're taking medication. I don't know your family history. I don't know your medical history. None of that. So I can't guarantee anything for anybody. But if you think about like our ancestors, you think about like our families, a lot of these things that like the old folk knew, this stuff is true. It's very, very true. And y'all, check out the top 2 people in the room. We've got Queen Oma, and I believe, is that Bridget? Yeah, and we got Bridget up in the top 2, y'all. Check them out. They do, as you can see, they come in and they support. So let's support them. Support the people. Feel free to tap my profile. You'll see in there my gift gallery and the people that have lit up my gift gallery, y'all. There are some supportive folks. Feel free to check out their profiles as well. Thank you for joining the Healthy Family. Thank you for the club cheers, Heather. We have all the engagement. Yeah, y'all connect with one another on the list as well. But let me try to get back to my list because y'all know y'all be getting me off topic. Heather, thank you so much for the marvelous confetti. I appreciate you as well. Calendula flower, I mentioned it earlier. And maybe before I get off here, I'll go out there and I'll show you my garden again. But my calendula, right, squirrel. My calendula is growing. That's marigold flower. It is so beneficial to the health, to your skin. Hey, Treva, welcome so much. Welcome. Thank you for connecting with me. Yeah, y'all continue to tap it up. Thank you, Bridget. I appreciate it. The calendula has been said to help with skin inflammation. Thank you, Treva Monique. Thank you so much. Skin inflammation, wounds, gut repair. It has also been said to be safe for children. Of course, consult with your pediatrician. Don't just be, just going for it. We know about that. Thank you for the populars. I appreciate it. That helps push me out to the FYP. Thank you. It's been said to be safe for children and also helps promote tissue regeneration, which is something we don't think about. Sometimes we need that extra support. That's like with taking collagen. You want to get a good quality collagen. Now, there's marine collagen for those people that are pescatarian. I don't know about a vegan source of collagen. I'm sure there's probably some type of... Thank you so much for the hearts. I appreciate you, Bridget. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm sure there's some type of vegan one, but the best that's going to be most absorbable to your body is going to be a bovine grass-fed collagen, which we talked about before. Thank you so much for those populars. Someone wouldn't mind to help share it out with those. Yes, chicken feet. So, and it won't let me do that for some reason. Chicken feet is really good, and it sounds so weird. That sounds so weird. You can get your collagen like we talked about earlier. Thanks for the shares, y'all. By making your own bone broth. And chicken feet is a very cost-effective way to do that. They have them at the grocery store. If you can find, I know she's laughing, at a local, your local grocery store, maybe even a farmer's market. Yeah, I was going to say, and some people eat it. In certain cultures and different places, people eat it. So it's full of collagen. And the thing about meat-based collagen that a lot of people, kind of skim over, especially, I get it. If you're a vegan or vegetarian, it doesn't apply to you. But it's going to be the most absorbable to our body. Our body can actually use that collagen much easier. No. Sorry, my Kentucky accent, I guess. Hot feet. The little chicken paws. Those are going to be beneficial. Butter and Sage Skin Apothecary. Thank you for connecting with me. So I also have my own apothecary, y'all. If y'all didn't know, feel free to check it out in my profile. It's linked. Out of Eden Apothecary. It's my little small business, and I make different herbal products, teas, tinctures, salves, all of that. Yes. So I'm sure we have some synergies, Butter and Sage Skin Apothecary. I'm going to check y'all out for sure. Thank you for connecting with me as well. Blood, Sweat, and Grind. I know that's right. Yeah, chicken paws. I never know what we're going to get into on here some days. But yeah, here's a quick, easy recipe to make your own bone broth. You can use the chicken paws. Oh, you're very, very welcome. Yeah. Oh, thank you so much, Kaza. Thank you feel free to connect with me. Join the Healthy Fam if you like. Tap that orange heart. Get your daily. It lets TikTok know that you're here, you're engaging, you want your engagement points. It's going to help push out your content. It also helps me. Yeah. But here's an easy, good recipe. Thank you for connecting with me. You can take those chicken paws. You can take like grass-fed beef bones or chicken bones or like a chicken carcass. Let's say you make a rotisserie chicken, you make a chicken at home or something, or even a turkey or a steak and it has a bone, it's bone in. You can take those bones. It sounds weird, but yeah, collect them. You can put them in a pot or a roaster. If they haven't been cooked, you want to roast them. If they have, oh, you're very welcome. Then you can put them in like a big crock pot. You can cover it ideally with like some spring water or at least filtered water. Then you can add in your garlic, your herbs and spices, your rosemary, your turmeric, your black pepper, your parsley, your cilantro. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, you're a chef. How cool. Yes. Your cilantro, that's anti-parasitic. It's full of many, many good benefits. You can add in your turmeric. You can add in your ginger. You can add in the root or the powder, kind of whatever you have on hand. You can add in onion. You can add in celery. You can add in carrot. Get those carotenoids. And then you let them all cook down. I would say ideally for about 24 hours or at least 12 hours minimum in your crock pot. You're going to notice, hey, Carrie, welcome in, this thick glaze that on top, like gelatinous, thick, fatty, especially once it cools down. You're going to strain off all of those things, and then you're going to let that broth cool or that bone broth cool off before you then either bag it up or deep freeze it or use it or whatever. And also, y'all, don't throw away all the vegetable and stuff that you cooked. You can use that. Welcome in, Candace. You can use that in a soup or a stew, or you can freeze it and use it later, but none of that goes to waste. Or if you have a compost, like I do, you can compost it for your garden to get those nutrients. But know that making your own bone broth at home is going to save you some coins, because in the store, if you want the good quality ones, they're $10, $15 or more, for one serving, right? Yeah. But compost it for sure. I love that I compost because so many things like my eggshells, it is. And everything is becoming more and more and more costly. And when you are making these things on a regular basis and using them, it's just going to help you. It's going to help your health. It's going to help your pocket for sure. But you're going to be just glowing. Yes. Okay. Is the vitamin D? Yes. Okay. What do you mean? Is it what you need? So vitamin D is one of the minerals that a lot of people are deficient in. Hey, welcome in, Small Fry. Vitamin D and magnesium tend to be two things that a lot of people are very deficient in. Of course, you want to get your numbers checked. You want to get your vital checked at your doctor. Okay. So I can't tell you if you're deficient or not, but I will tell you, Dr. Berg here on YouTube, he is full of knowledge. That man has videos on YT as well that talk about vitamin D and the misconceptions that the pharmaceutical has taught us about vitamin D that aren't true. But yes, vitamin D is so beneficial to your bones, to your skin, to your gut. It has lots of uses with the glucosamine. You talking about glucosamine? No, glucosamine I think is one that you can take by itself. Vitamin D3 and K2. Thank y'all for the taps. Thank you. Vitamin D3 and K2 together is what you want. And since we've reached stage 2 of the Club Quest, so thank you all so much. I think that's because my healthy fam is coming in the room. So thank you all. And if someone wouldn't mind to help me share this out, that would be helpful as well. Thank you all so much for all of your engagement. Oh no, you're okay. Don't say sorry. You're fine. I'm here to answer those questions so that you know. So that you know what what goes with what. Sometimes you'll see vitamin D2 together, unless your doctor's told you to take D2. Thanks for the shares and for the populars. You don't need to take vitamin D2. Vitamin D2 was something that was pushed way back in the day when like certain diseases were more prevalent in our society. They don't really. Thank you, Kaza, so much for subscribing. I reached my 10 goal. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Love you, fam. Thank you. So now I got to change my goal. Okay. So now there we go. We have started a new goal. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, I needed one more. And again, I'm going to be posting some subscriber only videos. Feel free to join my Discord. I want to do some like engagement lives. Those are very cool. Ashley, welcome in. Welcome in, Ashley. She's also awesome. I know her from another community here on TikTok. Thank you for getting your daily. I appreciate you, lady. But yes, vitamin D3 and K2 together is what you want. Y'all feel free to connect with Ashley. Congrats on reaching level 2 in the Healthy Fam. Welcome in. But let's get back to this. We talked about calendula. Chamomile is also an antispasmodic herb. It also helps with decreasing inflammation in the gut, in the skin, and the nervous system inflammation as well. It's very gentle and calming. It's also antimicrobial, something we found out a couple of days ago. So it's going to help with those bad microbes and kind of kick them to the curb and continue increasing the good microbes. Because when your body is highly inflamed, it's fussy. Think about an irritated toddler. I know too well about that, too much about that. But yeah, it's almost like that. A toddler that's kicking and screaming and fussy. That's what happens when your gut is inflamed. Thank y'all for the taps. Thank y'all for the shares, for the comments and the engagement. I appreciate it. We're really not too far off from 40K taps. So meadowsweet is an herb that is great because of the salicylate. So just like white willow bark, we talked about that salicylic acid that's produced from that bark. Meadowsweet is similar. It's a very complementary herb, and it has salicylates that help with reducing that inflammation. It's been said to help with acid reflux and gastritis. If that's something that you're dealing with, I actually have meadowsweet on hand, y'all. So let me know if that's something of interest to you. It's a natural source of aspirin-like compounds. Again, it's not going to be the exact same, but it's going to be very comparable. Yes, yeah, Dr. Berg has that D2 and D3K2 as well. Marshmallow root is another herb that it is a very melanogenous, demulcicant type of herb. It's very soothing. It's been said to soothe the mucous membrane, the GI tract, the lungs. It has, as I said, that melanogenous content via its anti-inflammatory properties. So it's said to help with inflammation. Wow, that's awesome. Yes. Yeah, I believe it, because when you cleanse your body, so talking about that, I'm not allowed to say that D word, but when you remove toxins from your body and cleanse your body, you support your natural D processes in your body, right? So our body naturally does that. Our organs do that, like our kidneys, our elimination organs, your kidneys, your bladder. My brain is blanking right now, but you're eliminating organs. You are supporting those when you cleanse, right? So that they can do their job more effectively, so that you can reduce your toxic load, because our toxic load increases by what? How do we increase our toxic load? By our deodorant. If we're using toxic deodorant, that increases your toxic load. The skincare products that we use, the lotions, the oils, the body scrubs, all of that is going into your bloodstream. The foods that we consume, if we're eating highly processed, highly inflammatory foods. Thank you for joining the Healthy Fam. Triva, Monique, I appreciate you. That increases our toxic load. If we are around a lot of smoke and we're inhaling that and we're getting that into our lungs, that's increasing our toxic load. Hey, Karen, thank you for connecting with me. If we are drinking lots of pops and sodas and non-water things that are full of chemicals, things that are made in a lab, things that are full of sucralose, all the fake sugars. People talk about fructose. So fructose is a fruit sugar, right? Galactose, that's a milk sugar. Just like lactose and galactose as well. Those are complex sugars, but they are, yeah, I love mullein. Oh my gosh, don't get me started on mullein. That is like one of my favorite herbs. It's such a cleansing herb. It's good for the lungs, good for lung health. It's good for your mucous membranes. It's amazing. I really want to grow some mullein. I need to grow some mullein. I need to get some seed and grow mullein. Thank you for joining the Healthy Fam, Angela. Welcome in. Welcome in. So yes, all of these things you want to reduce that load. Thank you for the shares so much. Reducing your toxic load is huge. It's huge. It's going to impact your hormones in a positive way. At least it should, unless there's some type of major underlying issue there. It's going to, especially women, it's going to, and men, your endocrine, there's so many different endocrine disruptors. You know, people got all these plug-ins all over the house. Into your house, you got all them toxins brewing. Don't be surprised if I just like accidentally unplug one of them. But yes, we're constantly smelling all of that. You have to make sure you have some good, clean stuff. So maybe you use aromatherapy. And I know Heather that's in the room. She has a company that has some clean wax melts that you can get that don't have all those toxins in them. Yes, that are not going to choke you when you walk into somebody's house. Your perfumes and colognes, y'all. Those are endocrine disruptors. That's increasing your toxic load. Now, I do spray a perfume from time to time, but I prefer like the oils, the carrier oils that have like your essential oils in them. They give you a nice fragrance. They're going to stick to the body a little longer because it has that oil. Right. Oh, girl, Lekka, check out, get with Heather. She has some great wax melts that are good for you, that are going to be good for your environment. If y'all can get bees, thank you so much. If you can get beeswax based candles, that's going to be good versus all them bee works ones. No, you're breathing in toxins and it's impacting your lungs. So then you're for sure going to need some mullein. There's a lot of people that are kind of straying away from candles, but if you can get like a soy coconut, a beeswax coconut, beeswax and soy, if you tolerate soy, I don't. So if you tolerate soy, those are going to be better. Where you at, Heather? Let me see if she's in here. Those are going to be, yeah, she's number 3 in the room. So if you check her out up at the top, you'll be able to see her. Beeswax. Oh, that's awesome. Well, good. Get all the extra, girl. Beeswax actually helps to cleanse the air, if you didn't know that. Hey, doggy, welcome in. Beeswax. Yeah, I'm going to turn that off. Thank you. Beeswax cleanses your air, and it also smells well, but it's not overbearing, right? Yeah. You have to be careful with incense. I do like incense, but you have to be careful because incense is actually bad for your lungs. So, yeah, you're breathing in that air, that SMOKE, and it's not good for you. Hey, Garen, welcome in. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. So, yes, beeswax is a good one. If you see beeswax candles, grab them up. You know, check your local stores. Check here on TikTok. I'm sure there's somebody on here. I need to look. I need to do some searching, some research. I'm sure there's somebody on here that's like a bee farmer. If you know a beekeeper and they're getting rid of that beeswax, get you some beeswax and save it. You can melt it down, pour it in mason jars. You can pour it in those old candle holders that you have, those little pretty ones, and reuse them. And then you can add in your essential oils. As a matter of fact, I don't know if y'all saw that series on Netflix with Meghan Markle. She was making some beeswax candles. So if you watch hers, or I'm sure there's excerpts here on TikTok. If you watch that, it's super easy to make. You can get your little wicks. You can put it down at the base of those mason jars, of those jars, whatever you're using. And you can make your candles at home. Yes. And get your local honey from someone local. Or get your honey from someone local, because you're going to get those natural histamines that are in your area. So like here in Kentucky and in Louisville specifically, we call it the Ohio Valley. Allergies are really bad. People that move here from other places that, I don't have allergies. I've never had allergies. Then they come here and they got allergies. Allergies all over are bad. But yes, get your local raw honey and consume that over the age of 1, of course. If you got a baby, don't give it to them. Because it's not good for them. Yeah, thank you for the idea. Yeah, get that beeswax and you can burn that beeswax in your home. Thank you so much for the star. Welcome in, Josh. Welcome in. Feel free to connect with me if you haven't already. Appreciate it. Appreciate that star. Thank you. So yes, and thank you for the populars. Those help push me out to the FYP. So yes, that beeswax is going to be cleansing to the air. Thank you so much for the populars. Cleansing to the air, and it's going to be beneficial to your lungs and to your overall health. But yes, get your honey locally from your local beekeepers, because it's going to help you during that allergy season, during cold and flu season. There's actually people that take like a teaspoon to a tablespoon of honey every single day throughout the year, because it helps you get immune boosting properties naturally. So consider that. You can add it into your tea. But if you're using raw honey, and thank you for the follow, Josh, make sure you are connecting with me. I forget, we can't say certain words. Oh my God. And I thought that I hit the laugh. Now I'm laughing at myself. But yes, make sure you don't put that raw honey in super hot scorching tea or coffee or whatever, because it's going to kill off some of that good bacteria. I know. Oh my gosh. It's going to kill off some of that good bacteria that we want to benefit from, right? So again, I need to get a water break again. So don't forget to drink your water, y'all. I remember when I first came on here and started doing these, I guess it's in April. I'm going to go back and check. But I've been doing this consistently for almost a couple months now. And I didn't realize how much you pour into, thank you for the club cheers, small fries, how much you pour into, you know, your community, into these lives when you're doing all this talking. It can be quite draining, y'all. So thank you all for the support, because it actually makes me feel very encouraged. So yes, okay, let's get back to this. I'm going to share a couple more of these herbs, and then we're probably going to be gone for the day because I'm actually finally getting hungry and I need to eat me some lunch. It will drain you. It's crazy. I applaud. Thank you so much for the heart buzz. I applaud every single live host that's on here, because it is a lot. You know, we be getting, and I sing, y'all. I got to sing Sunday, okay? I'm losing my voice now. But you'd be surprised, like, how much it takes out of you when you're doing this for a long time, because you have to be on. I got to be on. I can't be sitting back just, you know, boring. People want to be, yeah, they want the liveliness. They want the engagement. Yeah. And it takes a lot out of you. So if you're a live host, this next applied is for you. And if you are a live host, feel free to put some green hearts in the chat. Put some green hearts in the chat, because y'all know I like to support my community. So I know Queen Oma, I'll be on her lives and I come in, even if I just can pop in and pop out. That's what I like to do. But I will come and show. Oh, Triva Monique, you're a live host. I didn't know that. So when do you go live? Is it in your profile? And I got you back. Yes, y'all, make sure you, let me get y'all back. Make sure if you're a live host, make sure you put it in your bio. And even if it's a thing where you can't go live consistently at the same time, now I'll tell you, TikTok does like that. They like for you to go on live and be consistent at that same time. But if you can't, that's okay. Put in your bio that you do pop-up lives, and tell people to hit the bell, hit the notification bell, so that when you go live, they know. And make sure, here's another tip. Before you go live, they let you set all of your stuff. They let you set your goals, like your gift goal or whatever, your live goal. They let you set your topic. They let you share it out. But you have to go live at least 3 times for 30 minutes. Yeah, 3 times for 30 minutes. And then all the floodgates of TikTok open up. All of the different things that you can do, like the filters and all the different stuff, all of that will open up to you, right? I don't have a filter on, but yeah. All that stuff opens up to you. So make sure you go live and you go consistently. Tell people to set the reminder. Share it out to your community. You know, have some people that will support you. Thank y'all for getting me over 40K tabs. Y'all, see, now y'all are spoiling me, because now, you know, it used to be I was like trying to reach for 10K, trying to reach for 20, trying to reach for 30. Now your girl's hitting 40. That's just consistency. Yes. So I appreciate y'all. I appreciate you all. I've been talking for too long. I start messing up my words. Yes. And you have subscriber stickers for all the subbies, if you didn't know, in the chat. Next to, like, when you click in where you're going to write a comment, there's a little star, right? Dry mouth and all right. There's a little star that you can click, and you can see all the little stickers that I've worked so hard on to put down there. So yes. All right, a couple more. Marshmallow root we talked about. It's a soothing, demulcicant, melanocytosis herb. Slippery elm, another one that's also a demulcicant, which is a soothing herb. It's very melanocytosis. So if you think about that, that means that it's going to be like very jelly, very thick. It's going to be very coating. It's going to be very protective. So slippery elm is really good for sore throat, side note. But it's also good for gut inflammation and leaky gut. and it coats and protects those mucosal linings. So it's going to be very beneficial for that. Nettle leaf is also another one, Urtica dioica. It has been said to help with allergies. We talked about that yesterday. Nettle leaf, if you can find some fresh nettle leaf, you can make pesto out of it. You can make it into a tea. It has a very mild taste, but it's very, very good for allergies. So I need to find me some local nettle because I would love to take some fresh nettle. It also has been said to help with joint inflammation. It's very nutrient and mineral rich. So it is so beneficial. Like if you want to put it in your salads. Oh, thank you. If you want to put it in like your tea, like I said, if you want to make a pesto out of it, it's full of those micronutrients, full of those minerals, and you're going to be packed with those. It also has an antihistamine action. So a histamine response is an allergy response, right? So it's antihistamine, just like, those allergy pills that we take, it's going to give you an antihistamine response that could possibly be comparable, right? Yarrow is another herb that is great for wounds. We talk about a poultice. That's one that is great for a poultice. So like if you had an open wound, putting some bruised yarrow leaf on that and putting your liquid, like your water, your oil, your alcohol on there, it's going to help to absorb it into your skin, just on the skin as a poultice. You're going to wrap that up and it could be healing to that wound, right? And to help it heal sooner and to help the skin repair. So yarrow is great for that. It also has been said to help with menstrual cramps as well as digestive inflammation. It's an astringent herb, so it's and it's also hemostatic as well. So like that's where it helps with the blood wounds and the clotting and like the repair, right? So yarrow is really, really good for that. Cinnamon, we love our cinnamon. There's a lady on here who's like, how she adds cinnamon to everything. I think her name's like Jen. She's hilarious, but cinnamon is so good. One cinnamon that I prefer, and that's kind of like top of the food chain, I would say, is Ceylon cinnamon. And that's Ceylon cinnamon. It tastes so good. I remember the first time I got it like TJ Maxx, just by happenstance. And because I love cinnamon. And I got that and I was literally like addicted. Like that is my favorite cinnamon. You can buy them in cinnamon sticks. You can put them, one good thing, if you're looking for extra fiber and something that will be good for kids that they will consume easily, is like cinnamon apples. I make that for my boys and they think it's like a dessert, and it's because it's sweet and it tastes good. Thank y'all. We're almost at 45K taps. Thank you all. So Ceylon cinnamon is really, really good. You can put that in with, so you would slice up the apples, and I can tell you, apples have pectin, especially when they're cooked down a little bit. They're a little bit softer. They're going to be easier to digest, but they are also going to be very beneficial to the gut, and it's going to have that extra fiber, right? So I would so cutting up the apples, putting in the cinnamon. You could add, if you wanted to, a natural sweetener, like maple syrup or like honey even. Those are great options. So I don't use the whole stick because that's way too much. I would just kind of like break off a little piece of it. Or if you have like a, not a grinder, what is it? What are these? Like a mandolin? Not a mandolin. What am I trying to say? You know what I'm talking about. Like a little, you can shave it off. I can't think of the word. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, a grater. Thank you so much. My brain is like, I guess I need some ginkgo biloba for my brain. Yeah, use a little grater, and you could grate some off if you want to, or you can buy it in the powdered form. But yeah, just adding some of that to the apple cut up. It has that pectin, that good fiber that's easy to digest, and it's just going to be beneficial to your health, right? And then so for cinnamon, it has It has a constituent that I can't pronounce right now that's really good, and cinnamon has also been said to be good for blood sugar balancing and systemic inflammation. It's also antimicrobial. Again, use Ceylon over the cassia. You'll see cassia cinnamon everywhere all over the market. It's much cheaper, but your Ceylon cinnamon is queen. People say something is king, but I like to say stuff is queen in here. Do you do live all the time? I do that on live. Oh my gosh, yeah, right. The simplest thing sometimes, like, you can't remember. It's like at the tip of your tongue. Like I can picture what it looks like. Now I'm like saying everything else that's more complex. A mandolin. No, it's not that. It's a grater. And then clove. Clove is really good for your teeth. So sometimes, hey, Shayna, welcome in. It's been a minute. Feel free to get your daily heart if you like. Clove is really good. Yeah, for your gum health, for your dental health. I've heard of people taking clove if they had an upset or an angry tooth, a hurting tooth, and chewing on that clove and it helping to kind of heal, bring out the pain because of the antioxidant properties, but also it's antimicrobial. So if there is some type, thank you for getting your daily heart, there is some type of infection or something going on, it could potentially help to heal that up. Same with oil pulling. So I have to talk about this. I remember talking to my dentist about it. I was kind of testing her to see what she thought about natural things. I'm like, what do you think about oil pulling? And she's like, well, people do it. I don't know how effective it is, but I can tell you for me, I don't have gum issues and I do oil pull. But of course, everyone is different. So I'm not saying that if you do oil pulling, it's going to necessarily help you. But coconut oil is antimicrobial and antifungal, right? So if you were to take, and this sounds weird if you've never heard of it, but I do have in my showcase a great oil. What is it? Garnaba, Dr. Garnaba, whatever. It's like an oil that's already thinned out. Thank you for the mini star. Appreciate it. Yeah, yes, I'm telling you, it is so good. And I heard about it. I think I heard about it here on TikTok. There was this woman who was like in her 70s, and this woman did not look like it. And her teeth, she's like, these are all my teeth, and see, they're white and they're shiny. And she does oil pulling. She's like, I get organic, unfiltered, just like raw coconut oil. Welcome back in, Josh. She takes a spoonful of it in her mouth. So coconut oil coagulates, as you know, which basically it's in a more of a solid form. And as you rub it or as you swish it or chew on it in your mouth, it liquefies, because once it's heated up, it liquefies, right? But then when it goes back to its natural state, so like once you spit it out, the reason why you don't want to spit it down the sink, please do not spit it down your sink and do not flush it because it coagulates. It's going to thicken again, especially once it hits that water. It's going to thicken. It's going to clog your pipes. So you want to spit it out in the trash or in a paper towel or something and then put it in the trash. Okay. So just make sure when you do this, you can swish it while you take your shower, while you're walking around getting ready, maybe while you do your makeup. Then you want to rinse your mouth out. You want to spit it out and then kind of spit in the trash a couple of times. Rinse your mouth out and brush your teeth. And it's going to help. It should help with your gums, with just your oral health. Y'all, if you don't take care of your oral health, go see your dentist. Make sure you make that a regular occurrence, because it's been said that dental health that's not, thank you so much, dental health that's not taken care of, like you're not making that a priority, it will affect your heart. Because once again, it's all interconnected. I say this so much. I stress these points that your dental health and your heart health is interconnected, but all of it is connected. It's not separate. All of our health, all parts of our body, the different systems, it's interconnected. They're all married, whether we want them to be married or not. So we have to take care of all aspects. And then the last couple things about clove, again, oral inflammation and pain. It's been said to help with those. It's a strong antimicrobial. It's a strong antioxidant. Hey, Soul Key, welcome in. Make sure you get your daily heart if you'd like. It has those antioxidant properties. It has eugenol. That is the property or the constituent that is active in cloves that is so beneficial. And clove just tastes delicious. There's also people that make clove water as a natural like rinse, like a, not Listerine, but like a natural mouthwash is what I'm trying to say. They make it like a natural mouthwash, and it has all those effects, the antioxidants, the anti-inflammation, the antimicrobial factors, and it's just very, very beneficial for that. So, y'all, check that out. And because I said I would show my garden, let's go see the garden real quick. And then we're going to call it a day. So, my lighting's about to be crazy, but I'm about to go outside, and it actually kind of looks like it's about to rain. So, hopefully I don't get rained on, but it's all good if I do. I got my locks. It don't matter if they get wet. So thank you so much for joining me today. Sorry, it's getting dark. Turn on some lights. Turn on some lights real quick. And then we're about to go outside. I'm going to show y'all this garden. Oh my gosh. Well, it's not like, yeah, you are definitely in the right place. You have found your people. You have found your people. Is it Kaza? Kaza, how to pronounce it? Yeah, I can smell the rain. It's definitely about to rain. So I'm going to take some of these. Your people. You have found your people. Is it Kaza? Kaza, how to pronounce it? Yeah, I can smell the rain. It's definitely about to rain. So I'm going to take some of these plants out of my greenhouse. so that they can get some fresh water, some fresh rainwater. I've been trying to collect my rainwater. Does anybody do that? And let me turn, because every time I come out here, y'all are like, oh, it's breaking up. And that's because I don't have my Wi-Fi on. But does anybody collect rainwater? Oh, such a gift to see you as well, Shayna. Thank you so much for coming on. Yeah, I just turned it off. So hopefully, is it still messing up? Hopefully it'll stop. I was trying to collect rainwater, but I'm not having much success with it. So I think I'm going to get some 5-gallon buckets and try to line them up somewhere like on the side of my patio maybe. And hopefully they'll be able to collect better there. So let me turn. Oh, you collect. So how do you do it? How do you collect rainwater? Because it's not working for me. So here is my tomato plant. It is growing like crazy. When I tell you this plant was like this big when I first got it, not kidding. It was literally this big. Now look at her. Look at you. Keep growing. Starting to flower. How beautiful. I'm so excited about this. I have some little lavender plants that I need a pot, but I haven't yet. And then I also have some sweet green bell peppers here. Oh, I think I hear the rain. And lavender. Yellow bell pepper, we got to make it quick because I can't be getting my phone. Okay, do buckets. I'm going to get some buckets. Yellow bell pepper. These are baby bell peppers. And as y'all can see, my lavender is like so beautiful. I need to cut some of this and take it in. This is my elderberry bush. She is struggling, but it's okay. She's going to do better. I'm going to feed her. I need to give her some of that organic plant food because it's really, tripping on me. This is my little greenhouse that I have, my little walk-in greenhouse. I'm going to roll this up. I'm actually going to take all my plants out so they can get some water. This is my lemon balm herb. Growing so good. My calendula flower, my marigold. She's growing good. My mint here. I have some catnip herb right here. I have rosemary here, all growing so well. Oh my gosh, y'all, thank you so much. My spinach is struggling. I don't know. My spinach, I don't know if it's going to make it. My butter lettuce is doing great. I had my first little salad from this butter lettuce yesterday. I'm trying to hurry because I feel the rain is coming down. I have some thyme here growing so well. Thank you so much for 50K taps, y'all. And then here is my habanero pepper. Yep, so I decided to do everything. Yeah, mine did too. Mine bolted. Okay, so I'm glad to hear it's not just me. Yeah, the lettuce was so good. I had my first salad yesterday. But here's all of my stuff. Thank you all so much. Now I'm getting rained on. But so are they, so that's good. I won't have to worry about watering them as much. Yeah. But yes, let me try to turn this around. I always forget. Oh my gosh, that's what I always say. I always feel like a old person. How do I turn this? Here it is. Okay. I'm like struggling, but okay, y'all. Thank you all so much for tuning in today. I will see you all later. Tomorrow, I don't know what time I'm going to be on. I don't come on normally. It's about to come down quick. I don't normally come on at 12 o'clock on Saturdays because it's a Saturday, Oh, you've totally got it. You've totally got it, Kaza. But yeah, I won't be on at 12 tomorrow. I don't know. Turn on the notification bell. I might come on. Typically Saturdays, I don't always come on. But Sunday, I'll for sure be on. I normally do meal prep. So join me for the meal prep. And yeah, Saturday I got brunch with friends and stuff. So, right. Not the fat drops of rain. Right. Exactly. When I'm trying to show y'all something, but that's okay. They all got what they're getting water, and I'll listen for when it stops so that I can put them up. But yeah. Thank you all so much for coming on. I appreciate you. Thank you all to get me past 50K steps. That is so amazing. Let me let this fly out. No, you need to be out here in nature, not my house. But anyways, y'all have a great day. And one thing that I always say, that I will say really quick before I leave. What is one thing that you can do to increase your health today? I like to preach healthy habits, right? So what is one thing? Is that drinking more water? Is that going for a walk? Is that making your dinner tonight instead of getting takeout? All of it is great. Is it getting in some extra movement, some extra steps, some extra exercise? Hopefully it's not raining there like it is here. But whatever that looks like, get in that healthy habit today. Start there and compound upon it, right? That's what you do. You start there and you build upon it. You don't go 0 to 100. That's not sustainable. So look for one thing that you can do today to increase your health. And thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you all for connecting with me. Thank you for joining the Healthy Fam. It's on and upward, y'all. I'm almost at 8K. I have a video right now that's going viral. If you haven't seen it, feel free to check out some of the content in my profile. I share healthy habit tips, all the things that are related to health, wellness, natural health, holistic health, herbs, as you can see, because I want you all to have the information so that you can take it and you can run with it and be better for it. Thank you, Joys of Cooking and Living, for connecting with me. All right, y'all. I will see y'all later. Have a Have a blessed day. Hey, Snooks Head, welcome in. Thank you. New friend that I connected with the other day. Have a blessed Friday and great weekend. And I'll see y'all later. Bye.